My name is Andre Taylor. My organization is called Not This Time. I think many people might reference me from a movie I did back in the 90s, a documentary film back in the 90s with the Hughes brothers. It was called American Pimp. I was born in Seattle, but I was raised in Los Angeles. So I kind of did back and forth all my life because my mom's side of the family was in Seattle and my dad's part of the family was in LA. And so I hadn't been home in Seattle for a while. I mean, after getting out of federal prison, I was lecturing at universities and teaching at transitional treatment centers and speaking at prisons. And I did the TBN network, was the largest Christian network in the world. I also did Montel Williams. And so I was really on a journey talking about my redemptive story. And so while I was yet participating in that, in life coaching also, February of 21st of 2016, I got a phone call. And it was my mom, my brother's mom. And she said, I heard that your brother got shot. I'm not sure. And I said, well, wait a minute. And let me just give you a little backstory. My brother had done 22 years in the joint, and he had got out and only been out for 16 months. And so when she said that to me, I didn't want to panic. So I said, let's just wait and make sure that this is confirmed, because he could have been shot or okay or whatever. So around 2 hours later, we got the message back that he had made his transition. And when the dash cam video came out, it was hard to watch because I seen they had executed my brother. And so I came back to Seattle the next day, which was the 22nd of February. And I was thinking about, knowing this has been going on in our communities for a very, very long time. And we've been losing this battle with law enforcement. And, I'm thinking in my mind and thinking about all the shootings that's been happening, Mike Brown, all the shootings, that had high visibility, but the zillions that never got any media exposure. And I'm thinking about how I'm going to deal with this. How do I want to address it? How do I want to go about dealing with this situation? And I formulated a plan of how I thought I wanted to go about it, And so when I came up here the next day, which was the 22nd, that next week, my family and I, we sat down with the chief of police. Her name was Kathleen O'Toole. And I said to her, I said, I know I can't bring my brother back, but I'm still willing to work with you so that we can reduce the incidences of violence in the community. And that shocked her, because what I had discovered is that all these shootings and for all these years, what has happened is that we are very reactionary people because we're in pain, that historic trauma. And so we have that reaction. And I was looking at it and I was like, but when we have a reaction, we might act out. We might burn something down or do anything, because of that historic trauma we got. But what happens is when we do that, we lose the narrative, because the incident of the police shooting, the focus is taken off of them and put on our activity of what we're doing. And then when the media focuses on what we're doing, then they're able to say these people are animals and yada, 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 yada. And we lose the narrative. So I said, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to be reactive. I'm going to be responsive. So me sitting down with the chief of police and telling her that was a response instead of a reaction. And she wasn't ready for that, because she was normally used to this reaction, that she felt that she was going to get. So with that conversation, I decided that I would keep that narrative, that I would be responsive and not reactive. I want to dedicate the majority of my time to us, bringing us back to a place of stature, character, greatness. So get ready.